Okay, so the first theoretical aspect we chose was Eastern and Western cultures and relationships. And what the book stated was that in individualistic countries such as the United States, people look at relationships more on an individual basis. And we could relate that to what Jade said to us. She said that I take everybody on an individual basis and I hope they do the same with me. The book also told us that in most of the Eastern cultures it's really based on proper relations, and we could link that to what both Holly and Samia said, that they said that their parents want to have like certain regulations when it comes to boys so that the relationship has to be proper. And it also, the book also stated that there are like stricter hierarchies in most Eastern countries, and that is also something that Holly told us, that she doesn't want to marry out of her status. And another thing that's mentioned in the book about Eastern and Western cultures and relationships is that Holly said that she's more looking for, when she's looking for a relationship, she's really looking for like a long-term marriage material, which is also like something from Eastern cultures.
Okay, the second theoretical aspect which we looked at was the mate selection and desirability across cultures. And the book says that there is very little known about the characteristics in which, to which people look for in finding a mate. But the research has been conducted and it was found out that the first universally preferred characteristic is mutual understanding, love and attraction, and that has been confirmed throughout our interviews.
So another aspect that we found in the book, as Jade mentioned in her interview, American society constantly is busy to fix the African Americans, and since America is one big melting pot, they now seem to get everybody in the same group.
Stereotyping means represents a way in which some people might characterize other groups or other nations through a typical manner. Our goal is to prove that this is not the case, and that every nation has something else to offer than basic things others know. For example, Samia, one of our interviewed girls, a Muslim girl from Palestine, some might think that Muslim girls are not allowed to date boys, let's say, and that their parents choose for them, but actually she is one of those who actually can go out and meet other boys.
Okay, so another aspect we looked at was gender stereotyping, and the book says that there are different roles that gender play in different cultures, and with our video we try to prove that not all those gender stereotypes are true. As you saw with Samia from Palestine, she's very open-minded and she has a very Western view. So some people might think that she can't do anything because she's a woman in a Muslim culture, but we proved that that isn't always the case.
What?
Okay, so our main goal is for the audiovisual assignment is to highlight differences in cultures and to take away stereotypes that might clash with each other.
And our target group is, they are international students and students who have connection with international people, and they are in the age of between 18 and 25.
And the message we want to get across is that even that there may be different ways to get there, all of our interviews come with the same result, that love is about trust, honesty, and love.
Yeah, so maybe our target group is uneducated or even fears these intercultural relationships, but our goal is to make them not fear that much, to make them more comfortable with this situation.
Okay, so throughout the audiovisual assignment we achieved our goal because we showed that even though the three different girls had different rules in dating through their culture or their religion, they all have the same expectations in the relationship at the end.
Okay, if we would have to do the assignment all over again, we would probably dig deeper into their cultures because we are already restricted with the time. And if we would have more time, we would probably ask more questions, dig deeper into their cultures, and
So some obstacles we had were that there were some people who didn't want to be interviewed. For example, we had one girl with a hijab and she didn't want to be filmed because she thought the questions were too personal. And other obstacles we had was finding a quiet spot to record videos because it was very noisy in the university. So something that I learned from this assignment is that even though you might think in the beginning that cultures differ a lot, in the end it all comes to the same thing, what we mentioned before: love, trust and respect, and that's what I learned.
Yeah, what I learned is the fact that if two people love each other, no matter where they come from, if they really care one to another, they can eventually overlook things like religion, culture, and get along together to make a couple and live a long life.
so I think from this assignment, all of us more or less learned the same thing. We've learned that all people, at least the girls, are looking for same things in relationships: for love, for trust, for honesty and respect. And we've learned that love can help to overcome cultural differences, religious differences, and the differences in which people were raised up. And for me personally, it was also interesting to hear from the girls what are the expectations that their parents have for them and what are the cultures, because it's, for me, it's something that I didn't know before.
So I think that we learn a lot new things about different cultures, and especially in Eastern and Western cultures, and about stereotypes, that not all the stereotypes are true.